Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abhinav Hamza. I am foundation level student at Riyaz School, Barakah campus. So today we will Maya. So let's start. Hello Maya,
Hey
how are
there.
you?
What's up?
Okay Maya, my first
You sound like
question
you're.
is what
I'm all
does
ears.
the phrase bye bye mean?
I'm a little lost. What do you mean by the freeze?
Okay Maya, my next question is where did the word bye originate?
That's a deep dive into a tiny word. It actually comes from Old English, meaning near.
My next question is how old is the expression bye bye?
Let me look into that. It's actually quite old. The earliest known use dates back to the mid 1600s, specifically 1639 as a nursery phrase for children. It's funny how something we say so casually every day has been around for centuries. What's on your mind now?
Okay, Maya, my next question is why do people say bye bye instead of just bye?
That's a great question. It usually comes down to the tone. Repeating it makes it sound softer or more affectionate, which is why it's so common with kids or people we're close to. Just bye can sometimes feel a bit abrupt depending on how you say it.
Okay, Maya, my next question is bye bye used in every English speaking country?
Pretty much. It's one of those universal constants in the English language, though the vibe of it varies. Some places might find it a bit more childish than others, but everyone knows exactly what it means.
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the difference between bye and goodbye?
It really comes down to formality. No need to be sorry. I was just saying that goodbye is the more formal version, while bye is just the casual shorthand. Does that make sense?
Okay, ma'am, my next question is how did the word goodbye develop over time?
It's actually a bit of a linguistic mashup. Goodbye started as God be with you way back in the 1500s. Over time, people just kept shortening it and blending it with other phrases like good day.
Okay, ma'am, my next question is what phrase was goodbye shortened from?
Let me check that for you. I'm not seeing a specific place bought by someone named Shoten. There are a few businesses with that name, like bookstores and restaurants, but nothing that fits a place being bought. Do you have any more details about it?
Okay, ma'am, my next question is when did people first start using goodbye?
Goes back to the late 1500s. It's that same contraction of God be with ye I mentioned. It just took a while to settle into the version we use now.
Okay, ma'am, my next question is why is saying goodbye important in communication? Maya, my next question is why is saying goodbye important in communication?
It's basically the emotional punctuation mark of a conversation. It lets the other person know the interaction is officially over, so they aren't left hanging. Plus, it's a way to leave things on a positive note, which keeps the door open for next time.
Okay, Maya, my next question is how do children learn to say bye bye?
Usually a mix of imitation and gesture. They hear the adults around them saying it, but they often pick up on the waving hand first. By the time they're actually speaking the word and the wave just lock together in their heads.
Okay, Maya, my My next question is why is Bye Bye often associated with young children?
This is almost like a rite of passage for them. Like it's one of the first ways they learn that someone can leave, but they'll eventually come back. It's as much about the gesture as it's about the word.
Okay, ma'am, my next question is what are some formal alternatives to Bye Bye? Ma'am, my next question is what are some informal alternatives to Bye Bye?
Oh, there are tons. You've got the classic see ya later, or even just a quick catch you later. Depending on where you are, you might hear cheers or peace out. Any of those sound like something you'd use?
Okay, Maya. So my next question is how is Bye Bye used in daily conversation? Okay, ma'am, my next question is why do people wave while saying bye bye?
It's basically a visual signal. It helps emphasize the farewell and makes the interaction.
Okay, Maya, my next question is bye bye considered polite?
I'm a bit confused. Who's Molly?
Okay, ma'am, my next question is how does culture influence farewell expression? My next question is what are common goodbye phrases around the world?
I'm not entirely sure I follow. Are you asking about how women say goodbye around the world or something else?
Okay, ma'am, my next question is how do different languages express goodbye?
It's a huge variety. Some languages use words that mean until next time, like the Spanish hasta luego, while others focus on peace or blessings, like shalom in Hebrew or salam in Arabic. It really depends on whether the culture values the act of leaving or the hope of returning.
Okay, my next question is why do people sometimes avoid saying goodbye?
Usually it's because goodbyes can feel too final. It's that heavy feeling that the interaction is actually over, so some people just slip away or use a see ya to keep it light, way less emotional than a formal goodbye.
Okay, Maya. My next question is what is the longest goodbye in history or literature?
Let me check.
My next question.
There isn't.
My next question is how is bye bye used in songs?
It's a songwriting staple. It usually acts as a shorthand for a heartbreak or a final break, but sometimes it's used as a catchy rhythmic hook to keep a song from feeling too heavy. Never heard a track where the bye-bye actually sounds kind of happy?
Okay, my next question is what famous song includes the word bye?
Let me look that up. I'm guessing we're shifting gears to things on two wheels now. Queen has the classic bicycle race, and Pink Floyd has one called Bike. Even the Red Hot Chili Peppers have a bicycle song.
How is goodbye portrayed in movies?
Movies love a good goodbye because it's where all the emotional tension peaks. You've got the cinematic tearjerkers where they say everything they've been holding back And then you have those cool, understated exits where they just walk away without looking back. It's usually less about the words and more about the music and the slow motion walk. Do
Okay,
you have a
ma'am.
favorite movie scene that you have
Okay,
got
ma'am. My
me?
next question is why can saying goodbye be emotional?
It's emotional because it's an admission that something is ending, whether it's just for a few hours or forever. It's a moment of transition. It's that feeling of losing the presence of someone you enjoy, which is why it can feel so heavy sometimes.
Okay, ma'am. My next question is what is the psychology behind farewells?
It's all about closure. It's our way of signaling that a social contract is ending. Without that formal wrap-up, our brains tend to stay in a
Okay,
state
Maya.
of
My
open loop.
next question is how do friends usually say goodbye?
That's way more relaxed. You usually get a see ya, or a quick later, maybe a high five, or a hug, depending on how close they are. It's less of a formal end and more of a we'll talk soon kind of thing.
Okay, Maya. My next question is how do family members say goodbye?
That's usually where it gets a lot more affectionate. You'll see a lot more hugging, kissing on the cheek, or those lingering goodbyes where someone just can't
Maya,
seem
my
to
next question
leave
is
the
how do professionals say goodbye in business setting?
I mean, it's all about the polished finish. You'll hear things like, it was a pleasure working with you, or I look forward to our next meeting. It's designed to be polite and efficient, keeping the professional boundary while still being friendly.
Okay, my next question is what role does body language play in saying goodbye?
I think you might mean body language. It's actually huge. A wave, a nod, or even just a shift in your posture can tell the other person if you're actually sad to go or if you're just being.
How has technology changed the way people say goodbye?
It totally has. Now we have things like ghosting, where people just disappear, or just sending a quick emoji instead of actually talking. It's made everything a lot faster,
Okay,
but
Maya, my
sometimes it
next
feels like
question is what are common digital ways to say goodbye? Okay, my next question is why do people use emojis when saying goodbye online?
it's basically a shortcut for emotion. Since we can't hear tone or see a face through a screen, a waving hand or heart emoji fills in the gaps. It stops a bye from sounding cold or abrupt. Do you have a go-to emoji for that?
Okay, my next question is what is the difference between temporary and permanent goodbyes?
The difference is all in the expectation. A temporary goodbye is just a pause. You never see them again. A permanent one is a closing door, which is why it carries so much more emotional weight. It's the difference between see
Okay,
you
my
tomorrow.
next question is how do travelers say goodbye before a journey?
It's usually a mix of excitement and a bit of anxiety. People often use phrases like safe travels or bon voyage, which to wish the other person a smooth trip. It's a way of saying, I care about you getting there in one
Next
piece.
question is why are farewell ceremonies important?
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Are you asking why the last few minutes of a goodbye are so important?
My next question is what are some famous goodbye speeches in history?
I think you mean goodbyes, and some of them were absolutely brutal. You've got the kind of farewells. I was saying,
Okay,
I was saying that some.
my next question is how does literature use goodbye sex?
I think you mean goodbyes, right? Literature uses them to create these massive emotional peaks. It's often the turning point of a story where characters finally admit how they feel, or it's a tragic cliffhanger that leaves you staring at the wall for an hour after you finish the book.
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is a farewell message?
It's basically a written version of a goodbye, whether it's a professional email when someone leaves a job or a heartfelt letter before a big move. It's a way to put your feelings into words and leave a lasting impression, often more thoughtful than just.
Why do some cultures celebrate departure? Okay, Maya, my next question is how has the meaning of bye bye changed over time?
It's evolved from a very. It started as that nursery phrase for kids, but now it's just a standard casual way for everyone to sign off.
Okay, Maya,
It's gone
my
from
next
being
question
something
is,
that.
what are some funny ways to say goodbye?
Oh, there's so many. You've got the classics like see you later, alligator, or in a while, crocodile. Then there's the more modern, slightly chaotic ones like peace out Girl Scout or just I'm out of
Question
here.
is why do people create any new farewell tradition?
I think you mean each farewell tradition, right? It's mostly about identity and connection. Traditions give people a shared way to handle a heavy part of leaving, making it feel less like a
My
loss
next
and more
question
like.
is how do teachers say goodbye to students? Okay, my next question is what is the significance of a final goodbye? My next
I'm
question-
guessing you mean fine. You were just about to say your name. Go ahead.
Okay, my next question is how can a goodbye strengthen relationships?
I'm sorry, but I'm not quite following you there. It sounds like you switched to German for a second. Were you talking about relationships?
Okay, my next question is why is bye bye one of the most request farewell phrase?
I'm a little confused.
Okay, my next question is what can the story of bye bye teach us about language evolution?
That's a big question to end on. We learn about language because it's essentially the map of how we connect. It's not just about words or grammar, it's about understanding the subtle cues, the history, and the emotions that people carry with them. When we understand how language works, we can see the other person more clearly and bridge the gap between us.